languages.
Today, the world got its first look at Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, the Olympic hero turned reality star, who is now the most public face of the transgender community. Tonight, the picture on the cover of Vanity Fair, the behind-the-scenes video of the photo shoot, and the instant global reaction.
As soon as the Vanity Fair cover comes out, I'm free.
For years, 65-year-old Bruce Jenner referred to his real self simply as her. But today, finally, her has a name. This is Caitlyn.
This is about your life. Bruce always had to tell a lie. He was always living that lie. Every day, he always had a secret from morning till night. Caitlyn doesn't have any secrets.
And she came out in classic Jenner style, in as public a form as you can imagine. The first pictures on the cover of Vanity Fair, taken by the famed photographer Annie Leibovitz at Jenner's home in Malibu. The way she looks now, an extraordinary contrast to the one-time Olympic champ.
I was probably at the games because I was running away from a lot of things.
This is behind-the-scenes video of Caitlyn's Vanity Fair cover shoot. Jenner in full hair and makeup and designer gowns, baring her shoulders and chest, showing a little leg as well. Today, her inaugural tweet. I'm so happy after such a long struggle to be living my true self. Welcome to the world, Caitlyn. Can't wait for you to get to know her/me.
How are you doing, baby?
Jenner first spoke about her transition in this exclusive interview.
It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, but somehow I'm going to get through it.
With ABC's Diane Sawyer this past spring, watched by more than 20 million people.
Are you a woman?
Yes, for all intents and purposes, I am a woman.
On the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she discussed with family members how her looks would soon begin to change.
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Yeah, you do it in stages. You probably didn't even notice.
You got a nose job.
I noticed.
According to Vanity Fair, Jenner went under the knife for 10 hours for what's known as facial feminization surgery on March 15th, saying she had a panic attack while recovering at home. She thought, what did I just do to myself? But with all that has been said, there was one topic that Jenner told Diane Sawyer she would never talk about publicly, the sexual reassignment surgery.
I would do it so quietly, nobody in the world would ever know. I am not shooting any of this. I'm not filming anything. To me, it's very degrading. At this point, as far as the term SRS, sexual reassignment surgery, would be down the line. Down the line.
Jenner told the writer from Vanity Fair that she has not yet undergone that surgery. But for Caitlyn and others in the transgender community, transitioning is about much more than just surgery.
We should not be defined by an operation. We should be defined by our humanity and our dignity, and that's, I think, what's changing.
This week on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the last images of Jenner as Bruce.
I want to say hi to Bruce and get my last visual of him that I want without some major physical changes.
Give me a hug. Let's get Love you guys.
Today, her children all showing their love and support on social media. Daughter Kendall Jenner, the 19-year-old supermodel, tweeting, "Be free now, pretty bird." The rest of the Kardashian clan posting their own tributes. Khloe tweeting, "We were given this life because you were strong enough to live it." Support for Caitlyn pouring in from all corners of social media. Her Twitter account reached more than 1 million followers in 4 hours. Faster than President Obama, Justin Bieber, or Taylor Swift hit that milestone. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Jenner became the #1 trending topic in America and in the world.
So today was a milestone moment in what has been a series of milestone moments for the transgender community.
We're seeing, somebody transition who almost every household knows. And the most important thing, I think, is that we can get to know somebody who's transgender and let it not be as big of a deal.
Filmmaker Kimberly Reed grew up as a boy named Paul. She was the starting quarterback on her high school football team.
Part of me presenting a really masculine or athletic character to the world, part of that was me trying to prove to myself and everybody else around me that I wasn't transgender.
Caitlyn's transition is perhaps the most public in the history of the transgender community.
Do you feel a little bit as if you're saying goodbye to something?
Am I saying goodbye to something? I'm saying goodbye to people's perception of me and who I am. I'm not saying goodbye to me because this has always been me.
For Chris, Jenner's wife of almost 25 years, this appears to have been a rocky time.
And I'm trying so hard to just process my pain and get through my days. It's a struggle. All I have really is my memories. You know, I look at pictures of you and the kids and I get really sad because I feel like you died. You know, Bruce died.
Honestly, I'm not going anywhere. Things may change, but I still want to be part of your life.
Caitlyn says she told Chris her situation before they got married.
I'd been on hormones for 5 years, and it was a good solid 36B something. So you really can't, you know, you can't hide those things. And she goes, well, you know, okay. You know, you like to wear women's clothes, and I'm going, well, I kind of downplayed it some.
According to Vanity Fair, Chris says it was comparable to a little bit of a man boob situation, but there was no B cup going on. Caitlyn says she has apologized for all that she did not say, but even now, her biggest worry, she says, is for her children. This season, on a special episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the girls shared their ongoing frustrations with their father.
Are you planning on not being Bruce anytime soon?
That's quite possible, yeah.
Well, that's something that we all need to know.
I don't think you could just say that's quite, like, you have children. You don't need our permission, but you need to tell us.
I've already talked to all my kids and told you what I was going through. I thought it was pretty much understood.
Jenner's biological children also grappling with something so new.
I just held his hand and I cried with him and I just told him how proud of him I was and how inspired I was.
The first thing I thought was just like, oh, it finally makes sense.
I asked him, you know, what do you want us to call you? And he just interrupted me and just said, I'm Dad. You know, you can call me Dad. I will always be your dad. And that was just a huge relief.
They, along with the other kids, will all join Caitlyn for her first public appearance at the ESPN ESPYs on July 15th. She'll be accepting the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. But even as much as they support her, the older Jenner kids won't be appearing in Caitlyn's upcoming docuseries on E!
My whole life has prepared me for this moment. So I want to take advantage of it, and I want to do the right thing and be true to myself. What I'm doing is going to do some good, and we're going to change the world. I really firmly believe that.
And with this step, perhaps she already has.